Alright, hello everyone. I thought I'd make a little update video about my Jeep. So, I don't know if you saw the shorts where I tried to replace my spark plugs and they broke off on me or not. But I got that done. And then I started working on my coolant system. I kind of cleaned the fan up on a wire wheel, painted it. I had to get a new fuel pump because it was leaking. So I finally got that installed. The alternator still does not work, but that one bolt I had to replace, it was stripping and stuff, and a nightmare. It broke off, and I had to get vice grips on there and all that. I replaced the thermostat. There wasn't even one in there to begin with, so I had to buy that, and then there's a little retaining clip in there. Had to make my own gasket for that. I took out the heater. You can see the hole over there. And this thing, I tightened that down. That used to go to the heater, so I just took that off. And then I put a fitting in here so that I don't need to, because there was an old pipe fitting that went to the heater. That one was not coming out at all. So I decided to plug that, and then I just tightened that down so I didn't have to worry about it. There was coolant leaking out of here. I just made a few gaskets to put in there. I just got some cork gasket material, that's what I made the thermostat gasket out of. And now it actually acts like a good radiator cap. You gotta push it down and stuff. Still can leak out a little bit, but I've noticed it's not very much. So normally the radiator cap's springy enough. If there's enough pressure, it'll come out. So it's probably about the same, I'm guessing. I don't know. But as you can see by these, I'm trying to figure out my gas gauge. I got my gas tank cleaned up. I think it's leaking around the fitting somewhere. But yeah, still got to do that. But it did run pretty well. I can do a lot of yard work with it. What else did I do? Did all this a little while ago, still have to figure it out. My solenoid, it was sparking. I tried to take it off and it just kind of broke. So that was fun, you know. But luckily, these things originally had a nice little foot starter down there. Little lift proof. But I still need the key because it turns on the coil. It gets sparks or it will run. But now I got the foot starter. I'll show you what it's like. Just make sure it's out of gear first. And then it actually seems to run a little bit better than the key starter, I think. But kind of impossible to tell statistically, whatever. It just kind of seems like it does. And the last thing I did, come over to the garage. I got myself a little old antenna off of some car or something. And I have a little switch and a radio 8-track player and a CB. I'll turn that music off before I get copyrighted, but then I just, right now I just have like a hand clamp thing. I just put the antenna in here. Probably should mount that somewhere, but yeah, I think that's about it. And hopefully I'll see you for more updates.